I want to use my time wisely for the few minutes left. How about evangelism in pluralistic societies? Why do we evangelize people? Why do we take the gospel to other religious groups?
Well, we evangelize.
It's offending others.
Well, it can be. It depends how we do it. The gospel is always an offense. It's an offense to us. It's an offense to others. Jesus says that. I mean, he promises us that. But we evangelize because God is one who reaches out. He reaches out to the whole of humanity in love. Every single human being who has ever lived, who ever will live. And through Jesus, he reaches out to them. And if we are to be the visible image of God in this world, we must reach out in love. But we evangelize because the good news that Jesus is alive overflows from us. But how we evangelize is so important.
Yeah.
Go to Peter's first epistle, chapter 3, and he says, always be ready to give an explanation for the hope that is within you, but with gentleness and respect.
With gentleness.
With gentleness and respect. So, in plain language, answer the questions you're asked, not the questions you're not asked, and love the person who's asking the questions. And if you love someone, you don't push at them. No. You are gentle, respectful. You treat them as someone of equal importance to you. You treat them as you would like to be treated.
You mean you don't believe in the theory of clashes of civilizations?
No, I don't.
Good.
I think Huntington, who wrote the book, The Conflict of Civilizations, is on the conflict of civilizations, was a very powerful, he died a couple of years back. He was a very, very powerful political thinker. But in that book, I think he was deeply mistaken. There is no inevitable conflict between different cultures and civilizations, not least, most importantly, because Jesus Christ is risen from the dead. And therefore, he brings together all human beings. The possibility of reconciliation is created by the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
So I wish if I had more time with you, but we really appreciate this time for the interview. I wish to ask you about women in the church and other questions, but I'm going to give you the freedom to talk to our viewers in the Arab world. You say anything openly from heart to heart in forbidden, and there's no limits to your message to goes to others.
Okay. It's a great privilege to be able to speak to you. It's a privilege because so many of you in so many places are suffering so greatly. And it is always a privilege to speak to those who suffer. Let me say 2 or 3 things very simply. First, we do not forget you here. In the church, you are constantly, all people in the Middle East who are suffering are constantly on our hearts and in our prayers. Secondly, we pray for peace and for reconciliation. Thirdly, we pray for justice, that those who are oppressed and have suffered may find hope and peace and know that their oppressors do not escape. They will not escape the justice of God. And lastly, I want to say that our love goes out to you and we seek for ways to help in any way we can. May God bless and protect you.